to Stitches and Sundries, a fiber podcast. Today is November 7th. Is that right?
Yeah.
We're trying to date things now, and I suck at this. It is episode 29, and yep. I am Devyn.
And I'm Lauren.
And I can be found on Instagram as Devyn_no_loose_ends.
And I'm Lauren Upstitching, who has freaking dog hair all over my face now. It's everywhere.
Dog hair is our life.
Dog hair, cat hair. Flapped out a project for, and
it's just all over.
Everywhere.
Aw. Itchies. Me.
Yeah.
So we are a knitting, crochet, fibery related podcast. And we have a few updates today. Yeah. We're trying to get a little more back on track since, my life disrupted the podcast.
Life happens.
Life does happen. I bought a house. I've renovated a house, sort of. Did a lot of projects. Projects are now on hiatus. And floors are done, walls are painted, and boxes are unpacked.
That's the big ones.
Not all boxes, but the livable spaces. So kitchen, dining room, living room, bathroom, bedroom, and office are unpacked. The spare room, which is my craft room, is not unpacked at all.
I feel like my priorities would have been bedroom and craft room. Screw everything else. We're eating out forever.
I mean, my priority had to be the kitchen first because when we moved into the house, the kitchen was the only room that we weren't doing anything to.
Right.
We should do stuff to it, but I didn't want to because kitchen renovations are a disaster to deal with.
Yeah.
So, everything in the kitchen is just fine.
Yeah.
And we just moved into that, and then on the 24th of October, we had a U-Haul. And a couple friends come up from Virginia who helped us get completely moved in. I mean, we didn't even fill up a 15-foot U-Haul. we have nothing. Oh,
and you haven't had a house to fill with stuff yet.
Well,
now
I had an apartment and I had a trailer that I lived in, so I have a bunch of we have pretty well all the furniture we need except for a couch, and a bed frame because our bed frame broke.
That still
when we took it apart, it either was broken when we were using it or it broke when we took it apart. So we're actually, Jason's dad has a connection who's going to re-weld the bed frame.
Nice. So
we might not have to buy a new one. Also, during all this, Jason's truck died.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Oh, and it's I don't know if I've told you, it cannot be fixed.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that. It's so dead.
The frame is so rusted through, it can't be fixed. So we're trying to see.
Somehow it went from a living being to not even a corpse, a skeleton.
Yeah. A broken skeleton.
Unusable.
So we're trying to figure out how much money we can get out of the truck because there are options. There is a chance that we could take it to a dealer and that they would give us some money on a trade-in on it. I don't know
why. But
because they can fix it better than a shop would and still make money on it.
Yeah, they could maybe get it off their hands.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. But the other option is the junkyards will pay you a certain amount for a car. And just individual people. Jason has a very basic standard truck that a lot of people would harvest parts from. So he could get some money out of it that way. So he's kind of looking into how much money we can get out of it from that. But it's a process. I love that it broke right when we needed it.
Yeah.
I just feel like you don't need a truck.
Real, oh, you want something? No.
You don't need a truck very often. But then when you do, I feel like every time this truck has been no. So my car was in the shop in the winter a couple years ago, and we needed the truck. It was not working.
And wasn't that his excuse for so long of keeping this money pit gas guzzling machine was when you need a truck, you're gonna need a truck.
And then every time we've needed this truck, the truck has been incapacitated in one way or another. It's just. Luckily we haven't sunk that much money into it. The only thing we fixed is regular maintenance on it so far, brakes, rotors, some.
So you're not losing out on a ton, but
yeah, we're losing $78 in a full tank of gas. Not about that because he literally filled it up the day we got the full tank is what caused the gas tank to fall off the truck. The weight of a full tank. So that happens.
I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so proud of you and happy for you, and also, like, pity you so
I'm just
much.
like, yeah, whatever. So his dad is like, well, what are you guys gonna do? You need 2 cars. And I'm like, do we really need 2 cars? Because I work from home and almost never drive myself anywhere. Jason drives me pretty well everywhere, which I love because I hate driving, especially winter driving. So it all works out really well. Do we need a winter car? Yes, I agree with this. But do we need 2 cars? Not sure.
Well, and with the market right now, you might be able to trade in your fully functioning car for something decent.
Yeah.
Because they are like desperate for used cars.
They are desperate for used cars. So we're going to consider that option. There's also, if we do want 2 cars, Lizzie is potentially willing to sell us her Subaru Legacy, which would be really nice if we can work out that connection. She's getting it like evaluated. Like, I don't know what it's called.
Like Blue Booked?
No. She's not selling it to us for Blue Book value. She's giving us friend discount or something. But I don't know what that is. We haven't worked out details. But she's taking it to a shop to see if it needs any work before she like goes through selling it. Because she wants to make sure she's not giving us a lemon. So
she's a good person.
Because she hasn't run it in a while. I mean, like, she's running it like to and from grocery store, but not on any like, yeah. So anyway, that's all overcomplicating the car thing. But now there's car dilemma in my life on top of new house but you know, I have a fenced in yard and I love it. Oh my God, it's so nice. It is. I just open up the door and let the dogs go. It's so nice. I am fighting mouse right now. I have mice in my house and it's making me very angry.
We're fighting, Millie has, I didn't realize what it was until somebody at work mentioned it the other day. Our dog Millie now has sundown syndrome.
Oh my God.
We have a dementia-ridden dog who just, it's like, okay, it's starting to get dark outside. I guess I'll just wander, click-clacking everywhere. We're going, do you need something? Do you need out? Do you need food? Click, clack, click, clack, into Sarah's bedroom, stare at a wall for a while. Click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. Lay down, head under Lauren's dresser for a while. Click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. Stare into a closet for a while. Like, we asked her, she has, she's very old. She's like, she's between 16 and 17 years old. Could be older too, because we don't know what age she was when we got her, but we have had her 16 or 17 years. And so she's very old. That and we took her to our doctor because she, in just every once in a while, like, has what looks like a seizure. And took her to our doctor. It was like, is there anything we can do? And he's like, here's some like general heart medication to try and help her out. But she is very old. She has cataract. She's deaf. She's got sundown. She's like, these seizures probably aren't helping with the like sundown confusion type stuff. Make her very comfortable. Make her very happy. Like, do any, like, don't upset her. Easy. We can do that.
Yeah.
Like, so that's it's not been like when she had a seizure, it was very scary. I thought we've lost her. She's dead. But other than that, she's just very like sweet and confused. Yeah. So it's not been like a bad thing, but she's very old. All right, let's talk stitchy stuff.
Well, I don't have a finish. You have a finish.
I have a finish. Let me put more dog hair into the world.
I see it fluffing around now. Thanks.
So I have completely finished. I've completely finished. This massive, look at that. Look at it. You can see the rose and the flowers.
Look at it. It's so pretty, Lauren.
Yeah.
So pretty.
So this is Namdaela Rose. I bought this pattern on Ravelry from a user called LVN. It's not their pattern. It's obviously scanned from like an old magazine or something. It is beautiful.
It is very beautiful.
I did this in cotton fingering weight yarn from LaRue Crochet.
LaRue Crochet.
Or LaRue Cotton on Etsy. And it is
super
beautiful. This took me 2 400-yard skeins to finish up.
And essentially it's a doily pattern.
It's a doily pattern, yeah.
That you just use fingering weight yarn for.
I use fingering weight because the doily did not give, because it's just literally a chart from a magazine. It had no dimensions, no yardage, no nothing other than like they probably used like almost like sewing thread. Very small weight crochet cotton. And I wanted it to be a decent size for a table, so I thought I'll do fingering weight yarn. I did not expect it to be literally a tablecloth or a beautiful circle shawl. It's very lovely. When you fold it in half, you can fold it and actually line it up. It's perfectly symmetrical, so you can line it up. And I
love it.
So pretty. Hopefully those are the right colors.
Oh, these are the right colors.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
So I'm super happy with it. I have to weave in ends and then block it. All the ends have picot edges.
I like it like this.
Yeah. Pretty. It's so fluidy.
It is very nice.
All the ends have like little picot edging.
Edges. Oh, they're so cute.
So they will be. I'll try and get them to stand out nicely and be neat. But yeah, this one's done. It was super fun to work on. The colors made it just a happy stitch. But however, I got down and I didn't bring. I had like this little tiny bean of yarn left. That's all I had. And I was like kind of freaking out because every single one of these 8 petals has 2 places where you add on and cut. So every petal has 4 ends that you have to weave in. And I'm like cutting and cutting.
And you're like, all the yarn waste.
Every inch matters at this point. What are we doing? Why are we doing this? And I was like, and I said to my sister, should I, like, so it's 2 sections. So you did the kind of like finish of the rose and then you put the edge on it. And I was like, should I do the finish of the rose and not put the edge on like all 8 and then go back and put the edge on? And she's like,
that's more yarn.
Will it make a difference? And I was like, no. So I finished each wedge and just got down to the last wedge. I'm like, what if I can't put the edging on this one? What if I can't put the edging on this one?
Rip it back to a point that you can?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
Start weaving in ends and clipping and tying little tiny pieces on.
I've done that for a shawl. I did that for, I'll have to show it sometime. I did it for Camp Wilkerson, which is I think it's a Caitlin Hunter pattern. It's DK weight, and my DK weight was exactly 250. And I only needed like 4 more inches. Like, it was pathetic.
Oh, I could have, you know what I could have done, and I didn't think about it, but I could have totally done.
You could have taken your snippet.
I have, where is it? These were the things they tied the skein with. I could have salvaged those. So yeah, each skein was 440 yards. So I used basically 880 yards in this freaking doily.
Wow, it is gorgeous.
It's a big one.
It is absolutely gorgeous. Well, I have a section finish on an update.
Yay!
So this is the only thing I have to show today. Actually, I have 2 things. I'll talk about what I'm wearing because I'm wearing knitwear. Yay! So I'll take this thing off. I am wearing.
I love this one.
I don't remember the designer, so we'll link that below. But the pattern is called the Forest Path Hap, and that is because it has these little pine trees. So this is the shawl. I forget when I knit this, but I have shown it on this podcast. I loved this pattern. It had this cute little story about like the spine here is the path, and like these sections here are actually moss stitch, so you're walking through mossiness before you get to the forest, and then these edges are like the pine cones. It was just a cute little like thing. But
I do like this edge. I do like this edge.
Yeah, it's like heavy picots. That's just like picoing really close together instead of spacing them out. That's all that is. So it makes this like very crowded, cute little edge. But this is a scratchier wool than most of what I use, but it is so freaking warm.
Yeah.
So warm. And I love it because I have been wearing this all day so far, and I have not needed, I do have to put my hair up to get it back on. I have not needed a shawl cuff or anything to hold it on.
Oh yeah, because it's very grippy.
Gripping itself, and I think maybe my sweater, but I just wear it like this with the point in. It's been very, very snuggly and very comfortable.
It's very cute. I love that color too that you picked with the greens and the browns and the...
Yeah, and I forget everything about the details of it, but I just wanted something warm to wear because we're kind of frosting every morning right now, so...
It's winter. I get to wear a fall coat for all of a week and a half.
Yeah, and it's winter. So this is what I'm wearing.
Yeah, it's super cute. I love that pattern. Super cute.
But as far as something that I've updated, I have been wearing on my Stephen West shawl. So this is the Doodler, and I finished this section, this purple section. So from here all the way to Lauren's end is what I have done. And honestly, guys, this took me like 2 days of knitting to do this.
You're like, why didn't I update this earlier? I could have done it.
It was, well, I needed
space time.
And,
yeah, well, I mean, totally.
There was a period where I couldn't find my bag of bits that has my cable needle in it. And actually, it got so wide at this end that I actually used a DPN, a double pointed needle, in lieu of a cable needle because there were so many stitches. Mm-hmm. Because this cable is, I think 36 or 38 wide.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's really nice, and I
love this edging. This is beautiful.
Yes. So what this is, it's like a cable bind, or cable edge, like an applied border sort of thing. It's got an I-cord edge here, and then down here you get to, right in here, I actually had to graft stitches together, and Stephen West has a video. You are not going to be able to tell that I grafted anything there, but right here I had to graft 6 stitches together, and Stephen West has a video for doing an I-cord graft, which is very nice because it's a little different from just regular grafting stitches.
A little more invisible?
Well, yeah, it makes, because with an I-cord you want to make sure you're lining things up the right way. So you actually have to take stitches off one needle and put your needle through the other way.
Damn.
But it's only 3 stitches, so it's not bad. Yeah. And it was very nice to finish this section. Can't wait to start the next. The next section is going to be black, and then it will have purple P-code edging because I have a lot of this left. I think my shawl, I did not measure gauge when I did this. I think my shawl is going to be much smaller than what's designed, but it's still going to be, like, this seems big to me.
That's going to be
considering that there's, like, this next section has 4 repeats of, like, a wavy part.
So that's probably 6 inches.
Yeah, it's going to be chunky. So it's still going to be a hefty shawl, but
well, you've got some monsters, so having a smaller one is probably
nice. And well, the directions say, like, there's an option to do 3 repeats of the next section or 4. And it basically said if you had no yarn left over of one of these colors that you shouldn't do 4. I have a ton of both colors left over. Yeah. So I must be using a much, much smaller gauge than he is. But I think this is still, like, this shawl, when it blocks out, is going to be
a good size. It's
going to be every bit of a large shawl for me. So I'm going to try to do the 4 whole sections of it, and I really want to do the, there's like a couple different ways to finish it. It's kind of like choose your own adventure sort of on these next 2 segments. And so he has a couple different ways you can finish, and I want to do the picot finish with the 4 repeats of the black wavy blah.
Yeah. It's going to be beautiful.
It is going to be really nice, and I can't wait to wear it. It is so soft.
Yeah. It's going to be great for winter and fall.
It is.
Those colors and everything.
Beautiful. It's going to be lovely. And I talk about this every episode, but the yarn that I've used is Pandia's Jewels. I've used the color Wednesday, Howlite, and the next color was Midnight. Beautiful. And it's all fingering weight, and I have no idea what size needle I'm knitting this on.
All right, I have one left. Where'd our board end up?
I don't. Oh, I do have it right here.
Ah, nice. This is just easier to see this sucker on the board. So this is my skull pullover, and I've made some progress. This is by. Here, gotta look up. Shut up. Sorry, I should have done this in advance. Samantha Britt on Instagram, she made one and was very nice enough to share her chart and kind of like her general methodology. It's not really a good pattern, but if maybe... and this is where I'm at. I've got 2 rows of scullies and have started on a 3rd. And this little orange is where I was before, so I basically got another skull done.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need about 6 rows to make it long enough for my body. And I really like this pattern. I think it's cute. The thing that makes it, it's a very simple pattern. It's the skulls and in a box shape. Very simple.
Yeah, a
sweater.
boxy.
But I think the yarn I chose is what really kind of like makes it special.
Mm-hmm.
This is Malibrigo, I think it's called Gingy is the name of the color. It could be called Sneezy. There's many words on the tags, none of which
are clear.
Sneezy might be the base. Don't know. Can't tell you. So yeah, I'm super happy with how this is coming along. I'm really happy with how consistent I've been able to keep it. Like,
yeah, it looks very even.
Yeah, like very even. My sides are pretty even.
Yeah, like, your edges
doing
look good. Look, drop the board.
All right. Well, anyway,
are we done with that?
However, I have come to question myself.
What are you questioning?
Because, like I said, there's not really pattern here, so I had to kind of like figure out how to size up. She only had it in her size, which is very small. I'm bigger. Had to size up. Had to figure out where to start and all this other stuff for me. And I wanted a sweater that was 61 inches around.
Mm-hmm.
61 inches around? No, 61 inches side to side, because that has 6 inches of positive ease. My hips are about 52 all the way around. So yeah, 61 inches all the way around.
Yeah.
Something like that. And so I stitched to meet that. And now I'm thinking, oh, wait.
Blocking?
If I wash this, is it gonna...
Yes.
Have I stitched it way too big? Because I was just thinking about the math in the moment, not in the future. Because I had to work it all out myself.
The only way to know is to wash it and then see how much it grows.
I think I'm going to wash this section that I've done. Because I'm not too far that I'd be really angry to restart. You know?
I've only knit one other thing with Malibrigo and mine stretched.
Yeah, exactly. And this is it's filet crochet, so it has lace. It has opens that might really open up. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to wash and block this section. Try and block it, not
aggressively. You just lay it flat.
And see what it looks like. And if I'm still like totally in line, like not any problems, like this is total, like maybe I grow a half an inch, maybe even an inch. 2 inches might be too much if I keep, because I will then be just in a bag.
Yeah.
Because it already has ease built in.
Yeah.
So it's already not fitted. So to add a ton more is going to be... So I'm going to watch this. We're going to see. So all this beautiful progress might be just on the floor.
But that's what this is.
But I'm learning, and I'm literally trying to build a pattern from some very basic instructions.
Yeah.
So we will see. It's an experiment. But I like it. I'm really pleased with it. I have no idea. I think I'm going to spend some time dedicated to... I would love... It's not going to happen. I have a temperature blanket from 2020 that is still not done. I should freaking finish that sucker before it's 2025 and I'm still working on it. So I should probably dedicate some time to that. So maybe we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. See what I feel like doing. So that's my updates.
That's my updates. I'm sorry, guys. I have not been knitting as much. I do think that in the coming weeks I will have more time, so I should have a few more updates coming up. I need to get started on another Christmas one. I need to work on my wedding shawl. I have that brioche shawl that I need to do some progress on. So I have some stuff.
Yeah, we've got what's out there. I have no idea. I have everything to do another top, so I might do that. Like I said, I want to dedicate some time to the freaking blanket, so we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We will be back. Hopefully semi-regularly, but holidays are coming up, so we will
keep you posted.
All right.
Bye guys.